Big Kish news up in here. I want to know what all the outrage is about. There's a lot of outrage going on about the Democrats and Republic. I don't know nothing. I failed social studies. I never voted a day in my life. I'm looking at this video. I'm about to react to it just so I can get a better understanding. What's a Democrat? What's a Republic? What's the party? What's the legislation? I don't know any of this stuff. And I just want to see why people outraged and what's going on. Should I have picked Kamala? What's her name? Kamala? Am I saying that right? Kamala? Should I have picked Trump? I don't know. I never voted a day in my life. And I don't know anything about politics. I don't know anything. So I'm really about to get an understanding. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know in the comment section. What do I need to know? What do I don't need to know? Like, I'm really trying to see why these people are outraged. They are outraged. And we about to get into this video, y'all. Without further ado, let's get into this news.
The truth is bitter, but we have to swallow it. The Democratic Party, I voted for over 20 years of my life. I voted for Barack Obama when he said he was going to bring hope and change. And yes, we can. And no, we didn't. The jobs didn't come. The better schools didn't come.
So she voted for Barack. And she sounds like she's outraged.
Investment in our communities did not come. National security, our borders are open. We're not safe. We're not safe. And we've got to stop thinking as black and white and purple and Arab. We've got to start thinking as Americans. And that's what Donald Trump is saying. We're Americans, America first.
You have to remember, Donald Trump is the head of Trump Organization. And when you look into that organization, it is filled with blacks, whites, Hispanics, Arabs, Asians. It's different religions, different creeds. And so he's a person that has created jobs. He's a person that signs checks. He's a person that works on the bottom with the person who's doing the foundation as well as the guy sitting in the office. And so all of that, I think, is important when we're thinking about our next president. Our people, the American people, many of them are losing hope.
So to you Democrats, to you people.
So who's the Democrat and who's the Republic? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Who's the Democrat and who's the Republic? Because she said Democrat. I guess she insulting them. I guess that's how. I guess she's a part of the Republic party or whatever. I don't know. Y'all let me know.
People who actually believe that Kamala Harris is black. For you people who actually believe that abortion is actually a right of women that is being under attack right now. To those of you who are not aware that we as Americans are being totally exploited in every single way possible by the people who are actively running this country into the ground so that they can support the pockets of whoever is holding them hostage. Y'all are going to be devastated on Wednesday morning when you learn that Donald Trump has won in a landslide victory. It's about to be a landslide. It already is a landslide victory. He already beat Kamala. Y'all are going to be flabbergasted, and your initial reaction will be to perform victimhood. Why? That's because your natural default is to perform victimhood. You are victims of your race. You are victims of your gender. You are victims of your economic circumstance. You are victims of your body weight. You are victims of the way that you love. You are victims of your chemical makeup in your body, whatever it is. Y'all just got victimhood just all up in you. So you're going to be looking for someone to blame. Let me help you out. I'm going to point you in the right direction of who to blame. You're not going to be able to blame white supremacists because there are so many people of all hues, all ethnicities, all nations of origin, okay, who are voting for Trump, who are supporting Trump. So you're not going to be able to blame white supremacists. You're not going to be able to blame men because there are plenty of people like me who have active wombs. Mine is functioning actively right now.
So I'm assuming that she's on the whose side is she on? What's she on? Donald Trump or Kamala's side? Y'all let me know. Whose side is she on?
As I speak, it's putting in work. You're not going to be able to blame people without wombs because those of us with active and functioning wombs also are supporting Donald Trump. You're not going to be able
Oh, so she's for Donald Trump. So I'm looking at the blue heart. So Donald Trump must be the blue?
blame the uneducated, because it's those of us with the degrees that actually matter in the study of human development. It is those of us with the capacity to critically think beyond what we are being told. Those of us who do not just repeat whatever propaganda news is telling us. Those of us who learn from experience. Those of us who study our surroundings and the people around us. We're supporting Trump. So you can't blame the uneducated.
Okay.
You're not going to be able to blame the millionaires and billionaires, because Bill Gates, Beyonce, Oprah, all of the Avengers, every Avenger, Cardi B, who else, y'all? I mean, it's just all of them, everybody. The one, Jennifer, not Jennifer Aniston, the other Jennifer that people don't care about as much, her too. I believe they're all millionaires as well. But here's who you will be able to blame. You're going to have to blame the God you don't even believe in. Don't try to act like you believe in God when you supporting everything that is so anti-Christ and anti-my God. You're going to have to blame my God. Put all the blame on my God for what is about to happen. It's about to be a landslide.
To the women who voted for Kamala because she was going to restore your reproductive freedoms.
Okay, so that lady was with Trump, and I'm assuming that she with Trump too. Let me listen, y'all. Let me listen. I'm trying to figure something out. And y'all let me know in the comments. What do I need to know? Somebody who never voted before, don't have no clue of what's going on. I didn't attend social studies in class. I don't know anything. I'm serious, dead serious. I don't know anything about this stuff. Seriously.
You realize you were lied to and manipulated, right? She has no power to do that anymore now that Roe v. Wade has been overturned. There's literally nothing she could do. It's up to the state.
I've been hearing about Roe Wade. Y'all let me know what that is. What's that?
You also know that Trump supports abortion at 15 weeks, up to 15 weeks. There's no abortion ban happening. You guys were literally lied to. Like, you were 100% manipulated. It's fear-mongering. There was no way she could restore your reproductive rights. This was a lie.
You know, it's really funny to watch liberals actually start to care about the economy again, because in the last 4 years, as we've seen countless people say that they can't afford to support their families, can't afford housing, draining their savings, living on credit cards and all of these things, all of the liberals have been laughing and saying it's your fault if you don't budget correctly, and, that the economy.
Also, Sam, this is my last time stopping, I promise. What's a liberal and what's a conservative? What is a liberal and what is a conservative? Y'all let me know.
Is fine, and that there's nothing wrong with the price of things, and if the costs are going up, it's because it's Trump's fault somehow, even though he hasn't been in office in 4 years. But now that there's the talk of tariffs, suddenly liberals care about the cost of things again. But we know that that's not true. You don't actually care about the cost of things. You only care when it's something that you can use against Trump and against the right, because as we've demonstrated, we've tried to talk to you about the cost of things in the last few years, and you've just laughed and mocked us. But again, you guys are missing the point completely, because it really isn't about the tariffs. This is about holding people accountable, and this is a bargaining tool. Particularly, as he has mentioned several times, if you don't get your borders under control, whether it be Canada or Mexico, you will feel the impact in the form of tariffs, because apparently people dying of drug overdoses or dying from crime or having their cities overrun by Venezuelan gangs, and the impact on innocent human life isn't something that has inspired them to do the right thing. So Trump is like, okay, well, if devastating innocent people.
I heard about them Venezuelan gangs as well.
Isn't going to speak to you. Apparently money is what talks, which is something that you guys should be more mad about than anything else, because you guys are constantly railing against the wealthy and railing against capitalism and railing against anybody that is motivated by money. But that's what he's doing. This is a negotiation tactic, and I am all for it.
Quick question for all of you women who think that you're losing your rights because Donald Trump is the 47th president of the United States. Do you realize how dumb you sound? No, really, because you are proof that we should abolish the Department of Education. Like, you must realize that, right? This is exactly why Democrats resoundingly lost across the board a few weeks ago. because you are so out of touch with reality and the world that exists around you. I've got news for you. Doesn't matter if you're woman, man, gay, straight, old, young, black, white, doesn't matter. Forget every identity factor. If you are an American citizen, you are not oppressed. Do you want me to show you what oppression is? Ever considered the women in the Middle East, in Islamic countries like Afghanistan, the women who cannot show any skin for it may be tempting to a man, the women who aren't allowed to speak in public, the women who can't go to the gym or receive an education or receive health care, or these women who are...
They do things traditionally over there. This is why their families are still together. They do things traditionally. That's why we so separated, because we America's like lust. It's just lust. Everything lust, and do whatever you want and do as thou wilt, like Aleister Crowley and all of that stuff. But I'm gonna continue because this ain't about that. This is about Democratic and Republican and why people are outraged. I want to see what's going on because somebody sent me these people that's outraged, and I just want to.
Who are literally having their tongues burnt for either speaking too loudly, for singing in public, for reciting poetry.
Oh no, I didn't. I don't think they should be going through that stuff. That's shouldn't be pouring water on her.
All over women as a form of public.
Let me see. Can't play that.
The audacity to claim that you're oppressed, especially the Hollywood elitists who sit and lecture in their ivory towers, totally disconnected from the everyday realities that people from across the world face. But yes, please go on and tell me what rights you're losing as an American U.S. citizen. And if you're sitting here stunned because you didn't know this was happening in the Middle East, ask yourself why. Is it because legacy media isn't telling you? Is it because your prestigious academic institution didn't teach you about this? Food for thought.
I am genuinely so embarrassed by American women right now. I don't even know what to say. You guys are not oppressed. American women are not oppressed. We are the most.
So let me get this right. I'm gonna stop pausing it. So American women say that they are oppressed. Y'all females, let me know. If you see this video, let me know. Are y'all oppressed or not? Let me know.
Free women in the entire world.
Just
and
answer
for
the
you
question
guys to come on TikTok and Instagram and cry and throw temper tantrums, I just know these other countries are watching you just like truly astounded and embarrassed for you. I would love for you women who are shaving your heads and crying to please go to Afghanistan, because actually all of your rights will be taken away. Like you can't work or show your face or do anything actually. But you guys are mad that you can't murder your children when in fact it's state by state. Trump has not taken away any of your rights. He was already president for 4 years and none of your rights got taken away. So I would really love somebody to explain to me in an intellectual and an intelligent way why you guys are going absolutely insane. And jokes aside, like me making fun of you guys aside, I'll be able to see you, you middle-aged women with bald heads. I'll know exactly what you stand for when I see you in public. But it's really disgusting to even be doing that and to even complain the way you are when you have so much freedom in this country. And I would love for us as conservative women to stand up and please bring patriotism back, because we are so blessed. We have been ordained by God to live in this country, because there are so many women and men in other countries who die because of their religious views, who are persecuted every single day. And again, women can't even wear certain stuff in other countries or say things or have any freedoms at all. So I'm just going to leave that here. And I would love for someone who's shaving their head to please explain to me what rights are being taken away from you.
So they think that there's people who think that America is more strict than other countries. Now, other countries are way more strict. They way more strict.
Hearing a statement across the internet made, but I need answers. The thousands and thousands of videos of men, women, straight, other things, whatever, talking about they could never vote for someone who's going to take away their rights. What rights are you specifically talking about? That is a very, very broad statement. Second of all, what rights were taken away from you under Trump? I need to know specifics. Legal stuff here. Third of all, he was already president. What rights would he take away this time? Okay, what rights were taken away before? I know my answer. What rights is he going to take away now? Is that even something possible? Okay. I need to know answers to this because it is all I see from specifically one side. It makes no logical sense. Now, does it?
Did you know that Kamala Harris's campaign staffers are currently having GoFundMe so that they can pay their bills? Like, how do you fuck up that bad? And you wanted these people to be in charge of our government and in charge of our economy?
So, y'all explain to me, like, what's Kamala Harris, what she do and what Trump do? I thought they both running for president. They both do the same thing, right? Like, what's the difference between them? What's the difference?
She took in $1.5 billion in campaign funds, and she somehow managed to spend even more than that while not paying her campaign staffers. Like Tim Walz, the failed vice president, is meeting with donors today, 3 weeks after the election is over, just so they can try to take in a little bit more money so they can pay everyone, pay all the vendors, pay all the staffers, pay all the event staff. Like, they took in more campaign money than any candidate in the history of our election system. And they are now in debt. They are in so much debt that their former staffers have GoFundMes to be able to just pay their rent. But let's be real, how she ran her campaign is how Democrats run the government. The only difference is between her campaign and the United States government is the United States government can just go into debt and saddle our children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren with millions of dollars in bills. Her campaign couldn't do that. So now they're begging for more money from donors even after they lost. Like, imagine how that conversation's going to go. Imagine Tim Walz going to donors and saying, hey, look, I know you guys gave us more money than you've ever given anyone in history. And I know it led to the other side getting the presidency, the electoral vote, the popular vote, the House, the Senate, the governorships, every bellwether, every swing state. But we're going to need some more money so we can pay off all the bills we didn't pay during the election cycle. We are so fucking lucky these people are not going to be in charge anymore.
People did not choose grocery prices over your human rights. People chose grocery prices over your delusions that your rights were being taken away in the first place. Nobody.
Okay, so if one person get in the office, they going to change the prices. And if another person get in the office, how does that work? Like, so, I don't know. Because they say, I guess, Kamala Harris, they asking for GoFundMes. I don't know how this is working.
Nobody is taking away your rights. Trump was already president, and he didn't take away gay marriage. He didn't enact a national abortion ban. So stop scolding working class people because they didn't prioritize your delusions over their ability to put food on the table. The people who talk so much about privilege don't seem to understand what a privileged position it is to be in, to be able to prioritize your own delusions that your rights are being taken away, to be able to prioritize that over your ability to put food on the table. I see so many people doing anything but reflecting on why the Democrat Party's message was such a resounding failure with the American people this election cycle. This was a sweeping red wave because people are tired of prioritizing fake issues. People are tired of coddling adults who demand that everybody prioritize their feelings over everyone else's ability to feed themselves.
We're going Donald Trump. Do you mind if I ask you why?
Because Kamala's a waste of time.
Fair enough. You guys New Yorkers?
I'm from Florida.
What about you,
I'm
miss?
a New Yorker and I'm an immigrant. Loved him in 2016, loved him in 2020, and it's about time that he actually gets back in office.
This position is a little bit controversial for New York, I feel like. Perhaps I'm wrong.
It is very controversial. We saw like a few cards earlier and it was towards Times Square, and it's the first time that I've ever seen liberal tears live just because somebody saw Trump flags. It was insane, but it was beautiful.
So liberal people are Kamala Harris and what's the other one? Liberal and and conservative people is Donald Trump. Am I right or wrong? Did I get that right?
See, and I think it's about time that everybody stopped talking about their effing feelings. No one cares. This is America. It's all about policy. It's about actually getting a strong leader in office. And I could care less about your joy. No one cares. I don't believe the rubbish that they put out on television. We look at what's actually happened when Trump was in office and where we were as a country, not just here, but internationally, is a very strong point. That was reality. What they're trying to resell as what Hussein did before and what everybody else did, that's the kind of America that they want, where everybody's brainwashed, has no voice, and they can dictate to you what to do. That's not a government. That's not America. That's not democracy.
The Democrats love to tell women like me that if we're voting for Donald Trump, we're voting against women's rights. But the only time I ever see misogynistic comments being made in 2024 is by the Democrats. Mark Cuban made comments saying that Donald Trump surrounds himself with weak and ineffective women. So if we're Trump supporters and we're female, we must be stupid and uneducated. Okay, Mark, tell us how you really feel. And then the Kamala Harris campaign team came out with an ad this week, essentially telling Republican women that we must be emotionally abused and controlled by our husbands if we're willing to vote for somebody as evil as Donald Trump. Whoa, sue me. So pretty divisive rhetoric coming from the left. And then they go ahead and paint Donald Trump as this extremely misogynistic character.
I see people like Cardi B, Fat Joe, all the rappers and most of the rappers and stuff. They vote for Kamala Harris. Are they voting for Kamala Harris because she's black? Because I don't think you should be voting for somebody just because of their skin color. People vote for people that make the place better, right? So I guess they debating over who's going to make the world a better place. Who's going to make United States a better place? That's what I'm getting from it. So I wonder who's going to make it better. Gotta do my research.
He's the only candidate I've ever seen champion women's issues, like keeping our communities safe, closing our borders, keeping men out of our bathrooms, keeping men out of our locker rooms, and also keeping men out of women's sports. Ooh, Donald Trump, the extreme misogynist.
This morning I woke up to a text from my mom that said, "Hang in there, girls. I'm so sorry about the results of this election." And it makes me cry because I can't imagine being a mom and having to text your daughter.
Damn, that was a lot of emotions. Let me tell y'all something. As a mother, I am thankful that Donald Trump won. Thankful. You know why? Because my daughter now has a chance at a better future. A much better future. She's an adult. She just turned into the age of an adult. And I want to see the world and the United States improve for her, for the better. Because that's what we want for our kids. We want better. And I also have to say this. Seriously, everything is going to be okay. I hope most of y'all can realize that everything's going to be all right. Give it a year. Maybe everybody can open their eyes and see that everybody was overreacting a little bit to the losing the rights and abortion and blah, 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 blah. Because, we're all tired of hearing it. Okay.
The point that I'm hearing is, how could you vote for somebody that's a quote-unquote convicted felon?
Yeah. Was the Democratic Party gaslighting the American people?
That whole
which
spill
took place after his presidency. Like all of that point is really played out.
But then again,
I'm not voting with feelings though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But the problem is, if you pay attention, you see what this is you had a prosecutor run on. I'm only running because I'm the one who's going to convict Trump, and then you put him in this process, and it's all Democratic led. So you get on TV and you say, Trump says all this enemy within, right? Enemy within, and he's going to use the justice system to go after all his enemies. Why y'all doing it, bro?
Yeah, that's what they did.
Why y'all doing it? And this is not just you turning people into Trump apologists, right? Even if they don't like, dude, it's like I can easily look at this shit and be like, bro, what the fuck? What are you talking about? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So then right before the election, Now they want to throw the lady out there, the sexual assault.
Yeah.
Because not only is he a felon now, now he's a rapist and all of this shit.
Oh, so Donald Trump got an F on his report card?
It's when y'all doing it and how y'all doing it, and y'all doing the very same shit that
saying he gonna do.
Facts.
You gaslighting us. And this is a Democratic thing. This ain't even got nothing to do with Kamala yet. We ain't even got to her yet.
Yeah, the Democratic Party fucked this up.
It's all bullshit anyway. It's all just, I don't know. It's people be throwing a lot of smoke and mirrors. Like, it's a lot of that. It's a lot of don't pay attention to this hand. It's a lot of magic tricks.
Y'all, let me tell y'all something, okay? Y'all know what this election taught me? Like, the results of it, the breakdown of the results, and even the discussions and the rhetoric that has come about after, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just whatever. Okay. I think that feminism has lost its way and it took a turn for the worse. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought the origin story of feminism, and honestly, I thought it was a white woman's story. But anyways, like, the objective was so we could have human rights, basic human rights as women, like being paid equally at our jobs. The men in our lives they can't legally violate us, you know what I'm saying, anymore. Basically basic human rights as women. I thought that was the objective. Now it's like, I am woman, hear me roar, the rabbit got the gun now type stuff. And it's just like, don't get it twisted. I know we as women have endured.
What's feminism to y'all? Feminism to me is like a woman's being ladylike, like feminist. She's feminine. That's what I think feminism is, right? Like, she's ladylike. She's, she speaks soft, and she's pretty. She wear lipstick, and she's feminine. Ain't that's what feminism is?
Some stuff back in the day, but it's just like, society is not going to get better with us acting like reckless villains and children when, and that's the thing, when like the results come back and the consequences come, like, we don't want to take accountability or nothing. It's mad wild out here. So I think we as women, by the majority, not all women, but it's so majority to the point where it's like, you might as well put a blanket over all of us. So it's just like, we as women as a whole need to just get it together and focus and remind, like, remember what we doing here. Remember what we're doing here. Like, the world is not going to be a better place with women acting like dudes. And then we mimicking the reckless, the bottom of the
Hold up. Never mind.
barrel type dudes. You know what I'm saying? Guys that like treated us bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't even about acting like a guy. Just have integrity, have morals, be a lady, basically. Like, if you know how to play your cards right, you could be dynamic and very powerful in your womanhood. It's just women don't know how to be women no more. Women don't want to be women no more. You tell women.
I say people like holding on to their past. People get hurt and don't know how to heal from that hurt. And they want to live in their past, if that make any sense. Men and women out there, if you've been hurt in your past, you are not your past. You are not your past. Learn how to work on yourself. Stop, projecting your past traumas onto other people. Learn how to get through things. You are better than what you went through. You are not your past. Stop holding people accountable for the things you've been through, for, whatever you've been through, whatever. Understand that day is gone. You are not your past. You are more beautiful than that. You're more powerful than that. Learn to work on yourself and keep it moving. Because I'm telling you, it's brighter on the other side. Let's get it.
What's best for them, they'll be like, well, what about the guys? That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, stop doing that. Stop comparing what we doing to what they doing. They not like us. They not like us. We're literally not the same. So when you go by the metric of what guys doing, you gonna lose every time. Come over here, sis. Come back, regroup, heal. A lot of us need healing. Ooh, a lot of us need healing. But yeah, feminism lost its way and it took a turn for the worse. And the results of society, it shows.
Well, I'll say this. A woman could get way more from a guy than what a guy could get from a woman. For example, a man catch a flat tire on the side of the road. 9 times out of 10, ain't nobody pulling over for his ass. Ain't nobody pulling over. He might be, he ain't about to clock me up. A woman get a flat tire on the side of the road, more than likely somebody's going to pull over and help her. Woman breaks down. She needs to push her car. Men are going to get out to try to help her. The reason why I'm saying is that the Bible says men have lost their wits over women. Jay-Z got a song, The Power of the PU, you know the rest. But this is what I'm saying. We are biologically wired to love on women. Like, do anything for them. Yeah, these guys that's out here being millionaires, yeah, they do it all just at the end of the day, they're going to spend it all on women. So, I mean, hey, sound like a winner to me.
So, yeah.
When I went to Twitter, when I got a call one day from someone at Twitter basically saying, Elon wants to meet you. Can you get here tonight? It was at about 3:00 on a Tuesday or something, Tuesday or Thursday. And I called everybody I knew who had a private plane. I was like, somebody's got to get me over there. Nobody could get on. I jump on a plane. I get to Twitter at about 12:30 a.m. This is like a week or two after he bought Twitter. And he comes out, there's all these people there. It's just such a buzz, right? And he comes out, it's about 12:30 a.m. His eyes are bloodshot. And he's clearly tired, right? And you've met him many times now. He dresses like a normal guy. He's in like this ratty t-shirt. It's late at night, his sneakers are dirty. And he's clearly been there for God knows how long. Probably hasn't slept
5 years.
Yeah, probably hasn't slept in however, right? And he says to me, he goes, Dave, I heard about what's been going on with your account. He's like, do you want to do this tonight? Or if it's okay, could we do it tomorrow? It's like, this is insane. The world's richest man is basically like, can I work for you tonight at 1 a.m.? I was like, it's actually okay. I'll come back tomorrow. And then I sat there the next day with a whole bunch of engineers who opened the hood of the thing. And the entire system, the entire Twitter system was built to shadow ban. That's it.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Everything under the hood of Twitter was built to put filters and tags, and you said this, so now you can't see this, or you connected with that person, so now you can't connect with this person. The entire system was built that way. So
So Elon Musk got up in there and took all that. That's why everybody's on X now. You could do what you want to do. But I don't go on X because I seen somebody looking at X and they were just looking at X-rated stuff. I'm like, nah, if that's on there like that, I don't want to be up there. I got to protect my mind. I got to protect my energy. And even when stuff come on my timeline, girls be shaking I'm like, man, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
Jack Dorsey, who was the CEO for much of it, he testified under oath that they do not shadow ban.
I put a square on his back like I'm Jack Dorsey.
But the whole freaking system was built that way. Now, he probably legally didn't get in trouble because shadow ban is not a technical term, and he may have, and I think he was just playing with the words there. But the point is, there was an entire system basically built to silence a certain set of people and promote another set of people. And now it didn't work. So how cool is that? How cool is that? And that's where we're at right now.
If the radical left wing continues to define the Democratic Party, they're going to continue to lose. Reports are coming out that Kamala Harris didn't go on Joe Rogan's podcast because she was afraid of the backlash of progressive staffers who didn't want her to. The LA Times didn't endorse Harris because she was too right wing on Israel. And we see what's happening. As Corinne said, 70% of Americans agree with Moulton on this. And Americans, as they showed us last week, do not want to live in a tough gender studies seminar. They don't want to be told that their eyes are deceiving them when they can see plainly that it's not fair that a biological male would compete in women's sports.
You know what I find to be so scary is that I genuinely think that the Democrats hate the Republicans enough to lead us into war. They're like, if we don't get our way, then we're going to sink the whole ship. Like, we're not going to save anyone. We're just going to take everybody down with us. And it's actually terrifying. Like, they do not celebrate other ideas. They want censorship across the board. It's scary. It's scary. This is why I'm speaking up. This is why I'm making these videos, because it needs to become more mainstream. Republicans, 76 million people, 75 million people that voted for Trump this election don't need to hide. We don't need to be ashamed about it, because there's nothing to be ashamed about. They targeted him and tried to take him down with one of the biggest smear campaigns I've ever seen. And
y'all let me know what's going on, man. What is the right wing? What is the left wing? What's a Democrat? What's a Republican? What is this stuff? Cause I'm a novice. I'm illiterate to all this stuff. Somebody please put it in the comment section. How does this stuff go? Who's Kamala with? Who is Donald Trump with? Who should I have voted for? Who should I not have voted for? Let me know in the comment section, man. Big Kish News, we signing out. Y'all let me know what y'all think of this, man. People are outraged, and I'm trying to figure this thing out. All right? I'm gone, y'all.